So I was sitting here thinking just a second ago, I was talking about like how we train our team for tough situations and stuff like that. And one of the things that came up to me as I was sitting here thinking about it, and I was kind of going back through my time, and I was like, man, this one time, like when has the yes sir and taking action actually worked for me? And it's worked for me a ton of times. But I remember before I was ever even in a compliance position, I was driving and I was running this truck and I had like 50 different sizes of pipe. I delivered pipe all over, like irrigation pipe, okay? I delivered irrigation pipe like all over the Quad County, 6 county area that we lived in. And I had to go through a port of entry 3 or 4 times a day, one day a week, 1 or 2 days a week. Whenever I was in that area where the port was, I always had to go through it. I had to go through it when I first got there. I had to go through it every time I bypassed it. Oh my gosh, it was a pain in the butt. I digress. Anyways, I was sitting there and I was thinking about a time that a yes sir worked for me. Well, there was this one time that I rolled in and I had probably 30 different 20 to 30 different sizes of pipe on there. I can't remember, man. I had anything from half-inch pipe all the way up to 8 or 12 or 14-inch pipe on my truck. 14 is kind of uncommon unless it's sewer. Anyways, I digress. Um, I had all kinds of different sizes of pipe on my truck, and there was this one guy. He had multiple loads, and it was multiple like pieces going to the same thing, multiple sizes going to it. And so I was sitting there. This officer comes in and he pulls me over for inspection. I was like, okay, cool, I'm all about it. So I get my inspection. We're going through the inspection. He gets through everything. The truck is good. Everything's good. We get to the load securement stuff, and he's like, oh, this strap right here, it's not done correctly. It has to go over the pipe and actually touch every piece of it. And I was like, it does go over and pull it down. I had two options, right? I could argue with the guy and be like, it does go over and it does pull it down, and you can't pull any of that pipe out of there. I guarantee you go to pull a piece of pipe out, you can't pull it out. He's like, but I could have done that, and what good that would have done me? It would have done me absolutely no good at all. Or I could have said, okay, how would you like it done? How would you like to see it done so that I don't mess up in the future? Right? How would you like to see it done so that I can move forward and do it the way that you need it done to where it's done safely? And that's what I chose. I was like, so how should I do this so that it's safer to be on the road? And he's like, well, if it was me, I'd wrap this strap around here and put it back down on the other side. And then I'd do that on every single bundle of pipe that's different sizes. And I said, okay, no sweat. All right. So he's like, all right, here's what I want you to do. Go put your hood down, get your paperwork, come on in and see me in the office here, and we'll get you your tickets. I said, okay. Yes, sir. Give me just a second. Let me get the strap thrown while I'm thinking about it. Because I don't want to mess it up. I want to be done right. I want you to be able to check it before I leave the yard. Is that okay with you? And he's like, yeah, that's perfectly fine. If you do that, I'll check it before you leave. I said, okay, perfect. Sure. So I got out there and I started hustling to get that strap thrown. I mean, that load was tight. It was tight. He knew it was tight. He knew there wasn't nothing moving on that load. It was bullshit. I had to throw that extra strap and wrap that pipe the way it was because there was nothing moving on that load. It was already bundled with other stuff. But anyways, I fought and struggled with it for about 10 minutes, and he watched me. He stood there. He walked up these steps, and he stands there, and he's watching me. He's just, got his hands in his vest. Bullshit, the way they stand. And he's sitting there watching me. And he's just like, I just see him and I'm just hustling. It's hotter than crap. It's like August, man. And I'm outside hustling to get the strap through there. I've got a strap poker that I'm poking through. It's actually a key it's like a long key to turn off valves. They use it for water pipes. But I'm pushing the strap through there. And I finally get it through there after I get done fighting with it. And I get it wrapped and get it put down there. And then go up there and the guy's like, all right, you're good to go. The only thing was that strap, and since you hustled so hard to fix it while you're here and you're such a nice guy, that I'm just going to let you go today and just make sure that it's wrapped again. I'll tell you what, that sorry sucker checked my wrap strap every single time I went through there after that for at least the next year and a half. But my point is because I was able to say yes, sir, and I hustled through it, even though you can still tell that I hold a little bit of animosity against that guy for what he did. Because I had my yes sir hat on and because I was nice about what I did, he was like, yep, no ticket today, not even a fix-it ticket, just move on and don't let it happen again type of thing. So putting on your yes sir hat can make a big difference as long as you have action that follows through. Guarantee if I would have said, oh, yes sir, and I'd have just drove off, he'd have been like, well, I'm going to catch him next time he comes through. Every single time. Well, he did check me after that. It wasn't the same level 1 inspection. It was always a level 3 walk around. So anyways, level 2 walk around. Anyways, hopefully that helps. Hopefully you guys got something out of that. Hopefully you learned that you can, put your yes sir hat on. But the big thing is to take action after you do that. All right, chat with you guys later.